Welcome in, everybody, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, sailing over the beautiful Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're underneath the lights here for the Shitbox Showdown live, and it is getting ready to be one of the most action-packed races on our channel. The I-85 Asphalt Series Rookie Street Stocks are here, folks. It's week number 1 here in Charlotte. Things are getting ready to get absolutely down and dirty. We got 2 5-lap heat races scheduled for you right around the corner. Qualifying currently on our way. You see the ticker on the board on the left side of your screen. Still got about a minute and a half left in tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get you on over to the track facts. Start of the night here. Welcome into the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the I-85 Asphalt Series Rookies Street Stocks here. This was earlier today before the fans was able to get here. This is the 1.52 mile asphalt linked oval here in the Charlotte, North Carolina. Proud sponsor and owner by IMS. That is the International Motor Speedway Company. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here in Concord, Charlotte, North Carolina, whatever you like to call it. Fans are packed out throughout the infield. The stands are absolutely packed out. There's not a fan on their ass. Everybody is in the stands standing up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are literally 50 or 60 seconds away from the green flag here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and we got one more person out on the qualifying board right now trying to have a stab at the pole, and we'll have that result for you in just a second. Ladies and gentlemen, here is how it's going to work out tonight. 2 5-lap heat races are around the corner for you here, scheduled on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and currently at the moment it looks like this last person is not going to be able to snag the pole here from the leader currently. Give us a couple more seconds. Here he comes off turn 3 and into turn 4. And for the final time for our last contestant here in qualifying, he will come across the board, and it doesn't appear like it's going to be fast enough to do it. So Patrick McPeak will be on the pole here for tonight's street stock opener from Mount Airy, North Carolina, the runner-up in the modified division last season. J.O. Lynch will go automatically to the main event here tonight from Yulee, Florida. Out of this qualifying session, the Fast 4 drivers will head on over to the main event here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll have that for you in just a moment. Right now, though, we're getting ready to have our first ever street stock heat race up on our screen. Here are the qualifying results. We'll give it just a moment to load in. Currently on the board right now, we will have about 9 drivers getting ready to shake out the field here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for heat race number 1 on the pole. Driving this number 66 shitbox from Union Beach, New Jersey, it's Neil Rutt. And on the outside of him will be the number 71 street stock from Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey, of David Carpenter. Starting in the 3rd place position, driving the number 800cars.com street stock from Greer, South Carolina, that's Corey Riptide Tetzner. On the outside of him will be number 757 from Greer, South Carolina, Showtime Chase Johnson. Driving the number 93 street stock here tonight will be Jimmy Powell. Starting on the outside of him will be the number 919, the black and orange street stock of Josh Moore. Driving the number 10 here tonight from Spartanburg, South Carolina, it's going to be the recording artist of Grimmy, Brandon Maccabee. And behind him will be the black and green triple deuce street stock from B-Town, Indiana, of Chris, the Maverick 90. And ladies and gentlemen, that'll round out heat race number 1 behind Peter the Base Car, getting ready to go racing here for 5 laps of tonight's heat races. We'll have 2 of them scheduled underneath the board for you. And as we promised, we'll bring up the qualifying results and how everybody rolled. Patrick McPeak, Joe Lynch, Aaron Evans, and Foster Smithies will be the Fast 4 drivers heading automatically to the main event. They will start up on the front 2 rows to start tonight's 30-lap main event. We'll have that around the corner for you in just a moment. More details. Looks like we are still waiting for the green flag for Peter the Base Car to take off here on pit lane, and we will have you a 5-lap shitbox showdown here for heat race number 1. Drivers have been instructed to go ahead and put the cars into gear. Pace car will go ahead and roll off of pit lane now. Ladies and gentlemen, the street stock division for the I-85 Asphalt Series getting ready to kick off here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel live on YouTube. Over 75 people packed out the TNA Truck Series for the Madness Racing League on Friday night, looking to put on a show here. They'll climb the banking for the first time here in the Rookie Street Stock Division. Ladies and gentlemen, the Street Stock Division will makeup of 6 races here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll take over tonight's keys of the race here at Charlotte. Save those tires. You're going to want to manage the pit strategy that will not be here tonight. No sets of tires, no refueling the fuel. So what do you have is what you have here to start the race. Finally, the draft is going to be a big factor here tonight. We're going to be super speedway style-isk racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And finally, who's going to be daring enough to drive it up there to that top line and try to make it 3 wide at some point here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway? We should all get ready to find out here in just a moment. It'll be Dave Carpenter on the outside front row from Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey. Neil Rutt on the front row from Union Beach, New Jersey. The 2 northern guys will battle it out here in the formation lap across the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It will be Neil Rutt III in charge of the restart here. We'll see if the pace car hangs that left down on the pit lane, and it will. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to kick off these street stocks for the first time here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're green here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, ripping through the gears, heading towards turn 1 here in the Shitbox Showdown heat race number 1. Neil Rutt III will lead the bottom line. Dave Carpenter will run it up on the top side of that orange and white street stock. On the bottom will go Corey Tessner. Got a couple guys battling some internet connection issues down the back straightaway. They're able to discombobulate. Looks like we'll have 5 cars on the bottom, 3 on the top side, trying to get it all together. And that'll be Brandon McAbee, Jimmy Powell, that rolls around on the number 93, black, purple, and green street stock on the bottom side. Chase Johnson and that 757 able to get himself to the bottom line. He'll look back out to the outside of the dog leg here. Corey Tessner all over the back bumper of Neil Rutt III as they battle across the line. Lap number 1 is in the book here in the street stocks. Caution flags are on here in the Shitbox Showdown for the I-85 Asphalt Series Street Stock Division. Here comes the Wheaties Street Stock on the outside. It's Cheaties. Hopefully you don't have any problems fast and tech after tonight's race. One's out there looking for some clean air. Not sure what's going on. Brandon McAbee in this Dynaco Richard Petty Street Stock throwback here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ton of these guys bringing out some old school kind of schemes. Neil Rutt hugging the bottom line on the number 66. Storming across the front straightaway here. Here comes the 66 Oldsmobile of Neil Rutt III, throwback to his family. I believe it's his grandfather, if I read it right. He's out front here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway representing Corey Tessner. Couple of time late model winner and wheeling modified heat race winner. Dash for cash last year. We got to pay out. Big time loose off the accident. That's Jimmy Powell in that number 93 black and purple street stock. He's able to fill it back in the line. Here comes Chase Johnson smudging over the back bumper. 8 cars line up the Charlotte Motor Speedway here for heat race number 1. It's Neil Rutt III being ran down all over the back bumper of Corey Riptide Tessner. You right out the front nose of this street stock, regular street stock the iRacing program had originally released to every driver that has ever probably participated or been on the iRacing platform. You see the different kind of variation of body styles they have released over the past couple of weeks here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Neil Rutt driving one of these street stock Eagle I guess it's configuration body style. I'm not entirely sure how the racing goes around here on this low-level short-track style racing. Corey Tessner tied up the bottom side of the racetrack. That'll allow Jimmy Powell to stick that Chevy number 93 street stock nose right on the bottom side, and here comes Jimmy Powell. He wants the race lead for the white flag here. The last lap at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for heat race number 1. Jimmy Powell on the inside of Neil Rutt III. He's on the bottom line here, and he's able to get Neil Rutt uncommitted from the bottom. Side by side off of turn 2. Can Chase Johnson get to the back bumper of that number 93 black and purple street stock? It'll be a drag race down the back straightaway. Chase Johnson trying to get the swirly number 93 to get it going. Contacts made in the 3. Number 8 of Corey Tessner rips it to the outside. Safer barrier. Contact made up the racetrack on both of those drivers. Rutt goes around. Powell back down the racetrack. He'll right hook Chase Johnson. And it'll be the number 71 of Dave Carpenter coming across the line. He'll win it here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in heat race number 1. Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey, stand up for Dave Carpenter. He'll take home the P1 position here. He'll start in the 5th place spot. Josh Moore will go home 2nd. Brandon McAbee 3rd. And a big time contact there at the end. 3 wide across the line. Neil Rutt goes from the front to 7th. Tessner will finish 8th. And it looks like Chase Johnson involved in that accident. He'll come across the line fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, heat race number 1 is in the books. Dave Carpenter will go to victory lane for the first time here in the street stocks. He'll be the first time inaugural winner here of the street stock division. Heat race number 2, the final heat race coming right here on your screen for our 30-lap show takes place here tonight. Make sure you're sticking right around here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel so you don't miss a damn thing. That was one hell of a race. Caution free there until the end. Chaos across the line. Almost seen a couple guys go up and over. We'll have that third configuration of street stock out here. The street stock Eagle will be ran by the Carson Klinghofner guy, the number 21 machine. He'll start from the front row here in heat race number 2. To the outside of him will be the number 85 street stock Casino of Keenan Jones, or Keenan Jones, I apologize, whatever one is that. Behind him in the third place position will be the number 99 from New Bern of Dakota, Pignataro. Starting in the second row, the number 13 from Landrum, South Carolina, will be the street stock of the Nurse Aviator, Adam Peeler. Starting in the number 72 from South Boston, Virginia, that's the Triple S Throckmorton Racing, built right out of the Smithy Speed Shop of Ace Throckmorton. Tony Cook will round out his all-silver 33 street stock here tonight with a chance to look to go to victory lane here in heat race number 2. Ace Throckmorton will round out the 6th place beside. We've already went over him. Mike Doyle will shake out the Boardwick 00 Street Stock Eagle here on the bottom side. From Middletown, New Jersey, he'll look to work his way up to the front. And on the outside of him will be the number 35 from Braceville, Illinois, of John Johnson Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go racing here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for heat race number 2. Same tactic as earlier. The keys of the race absolutely stay the same. Nobody's going to want to change the way that they are just doing things. We will bring in the track fact here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 1.5 mile, 4 turns. Asphalt is the surface. Kind of wore out. Hasn't been red paved since about 2011, 2012-ish. 55 mile an hour pit lane. If these guys do for some reason need to come down on the pit lane and fix their race car during some portion of tonight's event, Carson Klinghofner will bring them into turn 3 and 4, and we will have our second heat race getting ready to take place here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, the prices of gas these days are absolutely outrageous, going through the roof, nearing $3 a gallon. It's imagine that these guys and their low budgets in the street stocks are able to compete here tonight around this mile and a half. They're burning the hell out of some Sunoco Racing fuel, but it's green flag in the air for heat race number 2 of the Shitbox Showdown here at Charlotte. Green flag is in the air, and Carson Klinghofner, that number 21 black and blue street stock, leads them into turn 1 and 2. He'll climb the banking. Keenan Jones, Dakota Pignataro, and Adam Peeler will be the ones riding out right behind him. Ace Throckmorton gets a little bit loose right there. You're riding out the front nose cam of that number 72 machine. Here comes the number 13 on the outside. That's Adam Peeler, and he's got to run to the back bumper of the new hole in number 85 street stock as they climb the banking into turn 3. These drivers are going to have to think that maybe they can hold their foot on it all night long through the corners. It's going to hit them real quick that you're going to have to lift on the long run. The tires will get hot. They will begin to wear side by side. Close. You can call who it was. The first one across the line is registering as the 21 of Carson Klinghofner. He's on the bottom side of the racetrack. He's got drafting help from the 99 of Dakota Pignataro. On the outside of him, though, that number 85 of Keenan Jones is trying to get a little bit of pushing help from the guy behind him, and he's all over the back bumper. It's Adam Peeler trying to give him the shove necessary into turn 3. But it's a gridlock on the bottom there for that 72 of Ace Throckmorton. That white and orange and green machine's a smidge bit loose, but he's able to hold on to it down on the bottom side. Heading off turn 4, the rookie street stocks here. Heat race number 2 settled in for 30 laps right after this, so make sure you grab another beer, light another cigarette. It's going to get absolutely crazy here tonight. Mike Doyle, Adam Peeler, Keenan Jones, Ace Throckmorton, and Dakota Pignataro round them out here. The top 5 spots off the exit of turn 3 and 4. Everybody nudging and moving and screwing their way up through the field. If you're not loving what you're seeing, grab your shit and hit the door. Press that like button. Slap that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. These drivers put on a show here in Charlotte. You'll find this nowhere else on the iRacing platform, nowhere else on your TV or on your command. Head down here into turn 1 off the exit of the dog leg. It's Carson Klinghofner able to hold on to the race lead and trending both ways. Look at the save from Dakota Pignataro. What a absolute catch and save riding on board with Dakota Pignataro soaring down the back straightaway off of turn 2. He'll have the run being pushed by Ace Throckmorton, getting all the momentum that he'll need to try to make the pass here in the next couple laps. It will be the final lap here in heat race number 2. 30-lapper right around the book scheduled here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Carson Klinghofner is going to be the one leading them to the white flag this time around, presented to you by AFLglobal.com. The number 99 of Dakota Pignataro's big time drafting loose on the outside. He'll scorch to the outside, but he's got no drafting help. Can Mike Doyle, his teammate in that 00 Boardwick, could street stock get to him? He'll make the move off turn 2. He's looking for the back bumper of his teammate, but can't make it. Heading down the back straightaway, Klinghofner needs to hold on to the position as best as possible. 4 on the bottom, 1 on the middle, 1 up top. Dakota Pignataro going backwards there. Throckmorton trying to make the move around Klinghofner. Checker flag will be in the air for heat race number 2. Carson Klinghofner throws the block out of the end of the dog leg. He'll win heat race number 2. Carson Klinghofner with an excellent victory right there in the street stocks to kick it off here in season 1 of these rookies. And Carson Klinghofner is no rookie here inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series. Excuse me. He's been known to get it done here time and time again. We'll have a 2-minute warm-up session here for the Shitbox Showdown. These will allow these guys to, we're not working with the best equipment here in the street stocks. The budgets are very, very limited. We're talking $500, $600, $700 cars are being made in the backyard of garages of some of these drivers. So we'll give them about 2 minutes to change the oil, get them all souped up, get some tires on them, and get some brand new Sunoco Racing fuel inside of their race cars. We'll be back here in just a moment on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Street Stock Division. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Warm-up is almost completed here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are live here tonight at the Shitbox Showdown for the Street Stock Division. The first time we've ever had the Street Stocks live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel in action. Heat race number 1 was very action-packed. So was heat race number 2, and 2 totally different winners. But we've seen the pole sitter go home with the victory. It would have been in for heat race number 1 into that terrible, terrible accident there to round out the back half of that event. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting ready to go back racing here in just a moment, and we will bring up our logo to put up in the top left ticker, so we apologize for that as these drivers begin to load into their garage area. It was Patrick McPeak on the pole. We'll get the camera down there and get him nice and looking. Look at all these street stocks filling in the field. 20 cars here tonight to kick off the annual Street Stock inaugural race here tonight at Charlotte. And guess what? The guy calling himself the annual pole sitter here tonight will be the number 61 of Patrick McPeak from Mountain Airy, North Carolina. Runner-up in the modified division last year on the front row will be the number Team 54 from Yulee, Florida, the Street Stock of Joe Lynch. Aaron Evans will drive the Monster Energy number 48 from Crawfordsville, Indiana. He'll start from the 3rd place spot. Foster Smithies will occupy the number 15 Dinosaur Street Stock built right out of the Foster Smithies Speed Shop camp. He'll start from the 4th place position, followed by Dave Carpenter, heat race winner number 1, driving the Cheaties, number 71, here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The number 21 belongs to the Carson Klinghofner, battling the Megawatt Electric Street Stock in the 5th place spot. He'll win heat race number 2. Ace Throckmorton will drive the Triple S Throckmorton Racing number 72 here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And inside of him will be the number 919 of Josh Moore. Mike Doyle will shake out the 00 Boardwick Race Engines. Street Stock on the outside from Middletown, New Jersey. Brandon McAbee will drive the Dynaco Richard Petty throwback from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Driving the number 13, the Nurse Aviator from Landrum, South Carolina of Adam Peeler. And almost got a stack up back here on the back straightaway. Brandon McAbee will drive that number 10. Adam Peeler will drive the number 13, scheduled to be in the 27. The 757 of Chase Johnson will round out the 12th place spot. Dakota Pignataro will be in the MND Motorsports number 99 here from New Bern. Jimmy Powell will shake out the number 93 from the 14th place spot. Keenan Jones, driving the New Holland number 85, will shake out 15th, followed by Chris Knighty in the black and green Triple Deuce from B-Town, Indiana. Tony Cook will drive the NASCAR 33 Street Stock here tonight in the 17th place spot, followed by Neil Rutt, and driving the Car Care 66 Oldsmobile from 18th place spot. Corey Teschner will shake out the 19th place position from Greer, South Carolina, and Joe Johnson will found out the back half of the field from Brackville, Illinois. Joe Lynch, though, will be the one on the pole here tonight. He will be the one leading them around to what will be the green flag the next time we're here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Patrick McPeak, Joe Lynch on the front row. You couldn't ask for a better starting grid or a better 2 heat races to kick off tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, we showed you once before, but get you back down here for the keys of the race. Save those tires, manage the pit strategy. Key in number 1 and 2. We want to break down that pit strategy to you. No tires are on the pit lane and no fuel for these street stocks. So if they go down on the pit lane, they will only be fixing damage. Draft, because it's going to be Daytona Talladega style racing here tonight. You're going to have to hold on here. And finally, who's going to be brave enough to make it 3 wide, take up that top lane here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? We'll find out here in just a moment with the green flag. 2 weeks from now, we'll head all the way across town to Hickory, North Carolina, to the Hickory Motor Speedway. Make the trip south to South Carolina, the Myrtle Beach, head to Langley, South Boston, and to wrap it up here in the North Wilkesboro, right here, all off the interstate, of I-85, hitting the I-85 Asphalt Series branding. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Lynch, Patrick McPeak on the front row. It's Patrick McPeak with the inaugural pole here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the street stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick McPeak will be the one in charge on the green flag. Peter the Base Car will hang that left down onto pit lane. Team 54 on the outside. Patty McPeak on the inside. Green flag less than 50 feet away. Patrick McPeak waits for the green flag. He slams on it. Green flag. We're racing here in the street stocks live at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 20 street stocks ripping through the gears, flipping out towards turn 1. Speeds are going to be way down to maybe what you compare to see here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. This isn't the NASCAR Cup Series. It's not the Truck Series, and it damn sure is in the Busch Series. Heading down the back straightaway, 20 rookies, some of them veterans here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. Looks like Mike Doyle maybe have a little bit of damage already. That front end of that street stock Eagle is absolutely smashed in, and Arrow is going to be a big topic here tonight. If he can get a caution flag early, maybe get a chance to go down there and patch that up. The 48 of Aaron Evans, big time loose off the corner of turn 4 right there. Green flag is in the air. Lap number 1 is completed. 29 laps here to go at the Shitbox Showdown live at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Lights are on top of the water tower at a turn 2. Everybody's going to have to pick a lane and go, go, go. You're going to need a drafting partner, but as the tires begin to wear out here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, wear becomes a factor, and it will set in here at some midway portion part through the run. I'm calling it about lap 12 or so. You'll really start to see guys dance the wheel around, have to be really selective on the throttle input on maybe which and way or how much they want to give intake into the corners. Patrick McPeak has led every lap here. It's the opening 2, but it's side by side. Foster Smithies door to door with the 48 Monster Energy machine of Aaron Evans. Both of these guys, veterans inside of the I-85 Asphalt Series. Foster Smithies went to victory lane in the Rising Stars division. He's made his way here to the rookie division here. Now he's made the upgrade. He's got a teammate behind him in Ace Throckmorton. Both of these street stocks made out of the same camp. That is the Smithy Speed Shop, heading through the climb of the making in turns 3 and 4. The battle's all the way up here at the top half of the field. We only got 2 guys electing to try to make a move on the outside. It's Throckmorton. He's got a little bit of drafting help from Klinghofner right behind him. Here comes that number 85 we talked about earlier of Keenan Jones. He's on the backside, on the bottom, looking to make something shake behind the number 13 of Adam Peeler. Some relatively clean racing going on right here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We are 3 laps in this time around. We'll kind of let these guys develop and pick and choose how they want to race it. Look, about 17, maybe 19 of them lined up on the bottom side of the racetrack. We also want to remind you, make sure you're staying tuned here on Friday night, next Friday, the Madness Racing League Truck Series heads to the Talladega Super Speedway. So we have a ton more street stocks. We have that action coming to you, yes, but some more Super Speedway coming your way in the upcoming weeks here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 4, maybe 5 wide right here for position heading into the banking of turn 1 and 2. We're only 5 laps into the Shitbox Showdown, folks. I think it's only right we get you down on the racetrack for tonight's first I-85 Asphalt Series, Fast and Loud. Cranking it up fast and loud here, presented to you by Maynard Motors, live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on YouTube, as one of them runs right over our camera there in turns 2. Everybody, though, doing pretty much a solid job right now. We got about 4-car breakaway up here for the battle for the race lead. It's Patrick McPeak, Joe Lynch, Foster Smithies, Ace Throckmorton. Those top 4 guys, you got 2 teammates in Throckmorton and Smithies battling it out on the top side of the racetrack. They've been pretty much committed there since the drop of the green flag. 22 laps to go this next time around. Plenty of racing to go here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It looks like 4 more, maybe 5 cars have gotten into a single file line to look to try to work the momentum. Dakota Pignataro is going to be the guy doing most of the work back here on the back half of this group. He needs to stay as close as possible to the New Holland number 85 street stock as possible. If he can make himself sealed to that bottom yellow line, Dakota Pignataro is going to be able to secure the air to the back bumper of the number 85. And as long as the air is constantly going in a row, car to car to car, keeping it as clean as possible, you should start moving forward here inside of your group. Right now, though, Tony Cook leads the group behind him, and Neil Rutt driving this number 66 Oldsmobile wants to make a move around the 33 of Tony Cook. Tony Cook, the owner of the Home Run Cafe in Greer, South Carolina, a proud sponsor of the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tony Cook has been on sim racing well over 25 years, trying to make a name for himself. Tony Cook working the 65-year-old age category this year. Here comes the 13 of Aaron Evans. And look at this, folks. The battle for the race lead has gotten all caught up. Patrick McPeak is swallowed up for the race lead by Foster Smithies. Battle off of turn 4 across the dogleg. Smithies, Throckmorton, McPeak, and J.O. Lynch battle it out for the top 5 position. Here comes Klinghofner. Klinghofner will roll that 21 black and blue machine to the outside, all over the back bumper of Ace Throckmorton, trying to make something shake, rolling inches from the back bumper. Look at these guys putting on a show on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. That'll leave the race leader of Foster Smithies with an option here to block to the outside, but he'll come back down to the bottom in front of Patrick McPeak, shut off the air. That's going to get Throckmorton big time loose up the racetrack, and it'll do just that, but he's able to hold on to it. Contact's made. One goes hard to the outside wall, and Patrick McPeak, caution flag flies. 2, 3, maybe 5 cars tore up here at Charlotte. More guys pile in here as guys hit the brakes late on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We see Adam Peeler, Josh Moore, Tony Cook tore up. The 54 of Joe Lynch goes around, but it was a hard shot to the inside wall for Patrick McPeak and this number 9 machine. Holy cow, the hometown driver is killed here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. A hard shot to the outside, safe for a barrier. We will back that ass up for the instant replay and take a look and see exactly What happened here? The Patrick McPeak on the outside will throw it up to the blimp cam. That was a nasty shot there. Just gets turned. Ace Throckmorton all over the back bumper was Klinghofner. A huge shot for Patrick McPeak. Several more guys come piling in, trying to get on the brake. Chris Knighty gets turned around by Jimmy Powell. Chris Knighty able to lock the brakes down. We'll have to back that ass up one more time. Holy cow, folks. An absolute insane ride right there for Patrick McPeak. We'll see if we can't ride on board out of the roll bar. It's going to be a nasty shot. And just when you think it's over, here comes everybody else trying to get through the wreck. Contact made all over and around this machine. Chris Knighty's on the bottom side in the Toyota restart zone. Caution flag out here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We'll clean it up. We'll be back here in just a moment. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, getting ready to hopefully re-rank these drivers. Tons of guys still down on pit lane like Patrick McPeak, Joe Lynch, Aaron Evans, Adam Peeler, and these guys coming out of pit lane. I mean, some of these guys are just absolutely torn up. The rest of the guys will catch the back half of the field like Jimmy Powell and Aaron Evans, but looks like majority of these guys are either on for a long-haul trip to the hauler and back to the infield care center, and hopefully we can get those guys checked out, maybe get a word with them after. Make sure you're sticking around post-race for the post-race show. After the checkered flag flies, you can hear from some of your favorite drivers if they elect to give an interview in the broadcast interview area after the conclusion of tonight's race. We'll have the full breakdown of everything here in the Shitbox Showdown live at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just like that, folks. You go from 20 cars down to 11. That wreck involving well over, maybe 6, 7 cars, some of them still catching the tail end of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, a nasty hard shot to the outside, safer barrier for the number 9 of Patrick McPeak, and his night will be retired early here inside of the Shitbox Showdown, 12 laps into tonight's event. The front row is now occupied by teammates Foster Smithies and Ace Throckmorton, This Triple S Throckmorton Speed Shop has brought some speed here tonight to Charlotte, but don't forget the guys behind him like Dakota Pignataro and Keenan Jones. Neil Rutt was barely able to scrape his way through that mess right there in that number 66. He'll have his teammate in front of him in Dakota Pignataro. Corey Tessner, Dave Carpenter still in contention here tonight, so we still got some hard charging guys through the field. Chase Johnson able to put a little bit of damage and patch that thing up. We'll go back racing this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. It'll be led by the two teammates Foster Smithies and Ace Throckmorton. Green flag is back in the air here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 14 guys still remain here tonight after a huge pile up off the exit of the dogleg in turn 4. Several guys Knights are retired early. Back into the banking of turn 1 and 2. The 15 of Foster Smithies. Dakota Pignataro's got a little bit of drafting help from behind him. It's Neil Rutt the third. Throckmorton on the outside. Here comes the number 85 of Keenan Jones, David Carpenter, Corey Tessner, and Josh Moore. That'll be the top 9 drivers, flying down the back straightaway. Fanatec is going to be the proud sponsor here, with everybody having Fanatec on the series sponsor banner on their front windshield. The I-85 Asphalt Series presented to you by the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Home to tons of racers across the southeast, but the I-85 Asphalt Interstate 85 connecting most of these guys. Corey Tessner comes from South Carolina. He'll have a chance to climb the banking into turn 1 in that purple machine, but he won't elect to make the move on the outside. Maybe he has a little bit of a hard time holding on to the handling inside of this race car. We talked about it earlier tonight, folks. Maybe the wear could come into effect here, but a couple caution flags right there could definitely cool down the temperature inside of the tires as Corey Tessner battles a little bit of an internet connection issue here. He blinks in and blinks out. We will flip it back over here to the gyro cam where J.O. Lynch is still sitting inside of his race car on pit lane. You're riding on board Dave Carpenter in the 7th place position from Lawrence Harbor, New Jersey. He won the first heat race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and the Iceman is working his way back up through the field. A hard shot to the outside wall. Around goes Adam Peeler. Aaron Evans goes hard into the outside safer barrier. Jimmy Powell's involved in the accident. Caution flag is out here, the Shitbox Showdown. Holy cow, that was a huge shot. We get it going right back up again, and caution flag flies at the end of the dog leg. The second caution flag here tonight for this dog leg area. You see the number 93, Jimmy Powell, out into the outside safer barrier. Comes down, collects the number 13 of Adam Peeler. Ships them around, and Adam Peeler has nowhere to go but hard into that outside safer barrier. We'll back that ass up one more time. We'll see if we can't ride on board with Adam Peeler inside of this number 13. Supposed to be 27. Just gets absolutely clipped in the right rear. Bam! Hard shot to the outside wall. And that'll kill the Nurse Aviator here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Caution flag is out. We'll give it one more look and kind of maybe see exactly what happened. We'll back it up just a smidge bit more to the 93 of Jimmy Powell. He was the one that got on the outside there trying to make a move, hit the outside wall, come back down, collects the number 27 of Adam Peeler. Both of them go spinning. Unfortunately, the 48 of Aaron Evans gets collected. Look at John Johnson able to avoid the wreck down there on the bottom side of the racetrack. Some excellent race avoidance there from John Johnson. We'll throw it back here to the main broadcast camera, and we won't do you like your cable channel. We'll leave it right here. We won't do all the commercial breaks here tonight. We will keep it on the Booty Scoot Racing channel and try to entertain you folks with our commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to remind you about 2 weeks from now, heading to the Hickory Motor Speedway. We'll go right down the road here across town here in Charlotte to Hickory, and then we'll head down to South Carolina at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. It's going to be one hell of a show when we get to Myrtle Beach. Cannot wait to get down there and see how things work out. Langley is going to be one of the better races that we have on the year. The Street Stocks put on an awesome show at the Langley Motor Speedway in North Carolina. South Boston, better known as Sobo, is going to be an awesome race as well as North Wilkesboro. So again, just heading back towards the Interstate I-85 league name, tons of these races can connect you all the way through Interstate 85. Some of them use 26, but who gives a damn? Off the exit of turn 4 here at the Shitbox Showdown, I would imagine maybe a couple drivers come down on the pit lane to service their race cars. Looks like maybe Aaron Evans will come down and try to patch up some damage that he can get. We'll take at least one more lap around the Booty Scoot Racing channel here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Underneath the caution flag conditions, Foster Smithies will be the race leader in the number 15. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll give a shout out to our sponsors while we're on. Thank you for watching the Shitbox Showdown live here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You need an auto repair you can trust? Contact Maccabee Auto Services LLC today. Honest, reliable, affordable tune-ups, engine repair, engine rebuild, swap, you name it. First time customer special, $25 off any service over $100. 864-526-0608. Tell them the Booty Scoot Racing channel sent you. Also, can't go racing on the track without the paint? How about the CK Parking Lot Maintenance Company, 402-610-0691 from Lincoln, Nebraska, or check them out on Instagram at ckparkinglotmaintenance.com. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, we are gladly getting ready to lift this caution flag for the first time here tonight. The DJ will kill the music. Foster Smithies, Ace Throckmorton still in that front row. Couldn't make it but about 2, maybe 3 laps. The previous caution flag until the one that we just had came out. The cleanup looked relatively smooth right there. And one of the things that I've been grappling about a guy up here in the booth calling the commentary and out on the racetrack, it seems to me that tons of these racetracks across America tend to hire older gentlemen. I mean, you're seeing 60, 70-year-old men trying to come back to the racetrack and volunteer on the safety crew, drive the base truck, you name it. But just sometimes overall, they just may not be the guys. You see guys fall and trip on fire extinguishers and shit like that. We don't have that here in the I-85 Asphalt Series. Prestige is what we call for. As you see Peter the pace car, he'll give the middle finger to the fans right here coming off of turn 4. It's just him. Do not worry. He is working some overtime here tonight in that big jacked up dually truck of his. He'll lead the rest of the pack off of turn 4 and went through this restart zone. Foster Smithies, and looks like his teammate Throckmorton on the front row. Do they fire within sequence to one another, or are they playing a teammate card? Green flag back in the air here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Down to 12 car. 11 laps to go. They're going to pick off quickly if we can get everybody out here up and moving. One guy that's going to be close to watch here is this number 48 Monster Energy machine of Aaron Evans. Aaron Evans has came down. They've patched up as much as possible. They're told him he's already at the aero disadvantage. He knows that. He's going to have to sit back here way far back in the pack and try to hope and pray maybe something happens here in the last lap of the white flag. And we'll have more of that information when we get close to it. Back live in racing, here at the Shitbox Showdown live at the I-85 Asphalt Series Rookie Street Stocks. Ace Throckmorton, Foster Smithies battle door to door across the dog leg, heading towards the front line. 10 laps to go. Ace Throckmorton trying to get around his teammate, but he's got a little bit of drafting help now from Dakota Pignataro and that white and pink machine, the 99, looking for an opportunity to go to victory lane. Neil Rutt, the third, had the heat race taken from him early. Spun around off the front bumper of one of these machines earlier in tonight's event. Here comes Dave Carpenter and that Cheaties machine. He won the heat race earlier. He's got something to say here late in tonight's event. 9 of them will climb up the banking here in turns 3 and 4. It's Smithies off the exit of turn 4. It's Rutt in third. Keenan Jones battling on the outside. He'll switch his lane back to the outside lane. Both of these guys are going to have to pick and choose what they want to do. Rutt will change a little bit of paint there with the number 72 of Throckmorton. They'll all climb the banking here in turns 1 and 2. Tessner rolls to the back bumper of the number 99 of Dakota Pignataro, riding out the front bumper. Can he get to the back bumper? Pignataro will shut the air off to the bottom side of that Josh Moore machine. Josh Moore now needs to get it up and moving as he falls behind the Chris Knighty machine. Here comes Dave Carpenter, that 71 machine, moving and moving on the outside. The 66 of Neil Rutt needs a little bit of a pushing help from his teammate Throckmorton, trying to keep it honest down there on that right rear quarter panel, make sure he can disturb the air. How many of these guys are going to begin to battle some kind of tire wear issues? You cannot expect the number 85 of Kynan Jones to sit behind Smithy too long here with 8 laps to go in the Shitbox Showdown. You still need to be able to create a run, but it's an 8-on-2 in front of us right now. Keenan Jones, Foster Smithies, lonesome long ducks out here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Jones will look to driver's right. He'll make the move down the back straightaway into 3. Tessner climbing the banking here in that number 8 purple machine, just trying to get to the back bumper of Throckmorton. Get him moving up through the field right now, but Dakota Pignataro is losing help from his teammate. Neil Rutt shoots out of a cannon. 7 laps to go at Charlotte. Neil Rutt's going to want some redemption here in this old mobile from the heat race. Had it coming off turn 4 with the white flag in the air. Had it taken away from him, but Ace Throckmorton has been hungry for a win since the late models. We also want to remind everybody that the Whelen Modified Division is back in action on Monday night at the new Smyrna Speedway in Florida. Make sure you're tuning in up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel so you don't miss a damn thing. 16 guys piled out in the chat right now to watch the final 6 laps here at the Shitbox Showdown live for the Street Stock Division. Foster Smithies, Keenan Jones, Neil Rutt, Corey Tessner, and Ace Throckmorton round out the top 5 drivers. This is now it's time to go, folks. You're going to have to make a plan and move it. Neil Rutt, the third's in third, but you're riding on board with the Maverick, Chris Knighty. He'll have the opportunity of a lap time. He'll have the drafting help that he needs behind him, but somebody's going to hold it on the right rear quarter panel. It's Dakota Pignataro. You heard the not be able to get up and moving like he quite wanted to off that exit. Here comes the 72. He's actually broken away. It's 5-on-5 now. Who's going to do what, when, where, why, and how? Off the exit of turn 4, Foster Smithies now in jeopardy of losing that race lead, and he'll do it. Keenan Jones on the outside. He'll take the race lead with 5 laps to go. 5 laps to go here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Can Chris Knighty rally the guys up behind him with 5 laps here in the Shitbox Showdown? He'll have Dave Carpenter right behind him on the bottom side. Dakota needs to fill in the line to make it something shake. Chris Knighty has a little bit of a run down the back straightaway into 3. Tessner moves to the inside of Ace Throckmorton. He'll look to help. Looks like going to be Foster Smithies on the bottom side. Neil Rutt pulling out his inner Dale Earnhardt. 4 laps to go here at Charlotte. Well over 8 miles till we get a winner here tonight. Who's going to win the inaugural opening race here of Season 1 of the Rookie Street Stocks? Keenan Jones climbs the banking as the race leader. He'll block both lanes in turn 1 and out of turn 2. What will keep him honest on the bottom side? That's Foster Smithies. If these two guys cannot get separated from one another, it's going to become stagnant. The number 85 can just pick and choose right now where he wants to go. 4 laps remain here in the Shitbox Showdown. The 72 of Ace Throckmorton climbs the top banking. Here comes Chris Knighty off the exit of turn 4. Chris Knighty on the march here, and he's got a huge run in his street stock casino. He wants something to make moves here and late. He don't have the opportunity to sit behind somebody quite like he might think he does. He'll pull down on the bottom side, I would imagine, into turn 1 and 2. He can't quite get the nose pointed just like he wants to. Throckmorton will close the bottom side. It's a 2-on-5 on the bottom side of the racetrack with 3 laps to go here, the Shitbox Showdown. Keenan Jones trying to win his first ever career Booty Scoot Racing Channel win. Neil Rutt wants the inaugural champion race here tonight at Charlotte for the Street Stocks, driving his family's street stock from the early 90s, heading off of turn 4. Corey Tetzner has to play his cards perfect. He'll move to the outside. Foster Smithies will have no drafting help. 2 laps remain here in the Shitbox Showdown. Out of turn 1, heading into turn 2. Everybody's going to have an opportunity if they play their cards right. Chris Knighty's going to have to pick and choose where he wants to go. He wants to be on the bottom side. That'll leave Tester with no help but to Dave Carpenter. Dave Carpenter has kept his car moving and grooving all night long. He'll pull up to the back bumper of the number 8 of Tessner. 2 out front, 5 in the back. They're going to be sitting ducks off the exit of turn 4. Can Tester hold on to this number 8 machine? White flag is in the air this time around, presented to you by AFLglobal.com. It'll be Keenan Jones leading the race here into turn 1 for the final time. Neil Wright, Foster Smithies, the top 3 drivers. Tessner gets a little bit of a door slam right there from Chris Knighty. Chris Knighty on the bottom side trying to make something move, but not clear off turn 2. Heading down the back straightaway for the final time here tonight. Neil Wright will have a chance and the opportunity to make the move. He'll fake right, look back left, try to get underneath the number 85. He'll pull all the way up to the back bumper. Is it going to be enough for the Oldsmobile number 66? Keenan Jones closes it up off the exit of turn 3 and 4. Checker flag is in the air. Keenan Jones wins it at Charlotte. Keenan Jones wins the race here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the inaugural opening race here for the Street Stocks Live on the I-85 Asphalt Series. Neil Rutt, this didn't have enough drafting help behind him like he needed there to close it. He'll take home the 2nd place spot. 3rd belongs to Foster Smithies. Chris Knighty will score a top 5 here from B-Town, Indiana. Tessner will take home the final 5th place spot. Post-race show right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. What a performance here tonight for the winner of Keenan Jones as he sails up the banking through turns 3 and 4. He'll bring it back around here, hopefully burn it down for you fans here watching in attendance on the YouTube channel. What a race here for the opening Shitbox Showdown for the Street Stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the number 85 New Holland Street Stock of Keenan Jones. They'll turn that thing around. Keenan, I apologize if I've been saying it wrong all night long. He probably doesn't care at this point as he's down there twirling it around. Victory time for the number 85. Ladies and gentlemen, post-race show is right around the corner as the number 85 of Keenan Jones continues to celebrate in front of the fans his first ever Booty Scoot Racing Channel win. He'll advance up 15 spots from where he started tonight's event. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back in just a moment with the post-race show and the driver interviews. Make sure you lock it right here. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. We are live here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Keenan Jones, I apologize, but he has went to victory lane here tonight in the New Holland number 85 Super Cheap Street Stock, and he is hopefully sticking around somewhere for us to be able to interview him here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel. Absolute bomb race here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And it looks like we do have our race winner with us. We'll bring him here into the booth. And is it Keenan or Kynan? Do we have a copy?
It's Kynan, but yes, you do.
Kynan, my apologies. That was a absolute banger closing laps right there on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Kind of cool. Walk us through your race here inside of this number 85 machine. It was close one there, got a little bit of drafting help that you needed, but you were able to power around on the outside.
Yeah, first of all, thanks to Neil. That was my main reason for being able to get by there. He just glued himself to my bumper and just helped me push by. But earlier in the race, when that first wreck happened, I could feel it was going to happen. They were just banging lap after lap, and I was like, something's going to happen. So I was backing off a little bit, and then saw it happening, slammed the brake, and just went through the infield whilst everyone was wrecking to my outside. And then from there, I just took my time, waited to build up momentum, and then just slung it to the outside of the 15. And thankfully, Neil was able to just come with me enough. Then broke up a little bit, but managed to reconvene and got the move done. Don't know what happened to the 15 behind us in the last couple laps. We got a bit of a gap in. As long as they just had the gap to Neil, there wasn't really enough time for him to build the momentum. But ultimately, Neil helped me win that race.
It was an absolute thriller race there to the very end, and the number 85 comes out prevailing the winner. Just thank anybody on top of this machine that you would like to thank, sponsors, friends, family, however the case may be. Congratulations on the win here tonight.
Thank you. Admins, I want to thank them for bringing me in. Neil, you, of course, for broadcasting this and also helping run the show. Everyone for showing up. Obviously, Neil for helping me push. My mother for supporting this expensive hobby. And for that, well, and that's basically it.
And we appreciate it. That's all we needed from you. That was an awesome race. We'll see you 2 weeks from now at Hickory. Excuse me.
Yep, sounds good. I don't think I'll be doing as well there, but I didn't expect much tonight, but we'll see how it goes.
And that is okay. We'll see you 2 weeks from now. That's tonight's winner of Kynan Jones here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. He'll take home the first inaugural race win. We will scoot down here to the second place runner-up driver on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Driver of this number 66 Oldsmobile of Neil Rutt III. As Neil joins us in the booth, do you have a copy?
I got you.
Oldsmobile had a shot at the heat race win. Right hook hard into the outside safer barrier. We could speak on that in just a moment, but coming off turn 2 there, we thought you maybe had a chance to take this 66 to victory lane. Kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, you know, it was a pretty good race in our Todd Geist throwback Oldsmobile here. It's actually basically like a family car, but it's one of my best friends' father. He passed away a couple months ago, so me and Dakota decided to throw together tribute cars for him for the street stock, or the shitbox showdown, as we call it. You know, so it's pretty cool to see his colors back on a car and everything like that. So it was good to have him watching. Yeah, it was a fun race. You know, got right hooked in the heat race and had to start in the back, and just drove our way to the front, passed everyone cleanly, and then probably had a shot for Kynan. I didn't want to move him. You know, he ran a good race climbing his way back to the field too. So it was better off just see a new guy win in the league instead of a washed up race control stink up the show here.
We appreciate you, Neil. You'll be back in action on Monday night for the Wheeling Modified event opener at the New Smyrna Speedway. What are you looking forward to Monday night, and think anybody you would like to on top of this 66?
Yeah, obviously, happy to be back full time in the modifieds, where we, had pretty good runs most of the nights. We ran 4 races last season, won 3 out of the 4. So it should be a good season. Got a lot of guys here signed up, a lot of returning guys, fast guys. So it should be fun. Can't wait. We'll have the Allied Fire and Safety NR3 Designs 66 out there. You never know, might change up a couple paint schemes here and there and try to surprise and wow factor the fans here. So just can't wait for that. Can't wait to watch the broadcasts every week, and have a good night.
We appreciate it. That's Neil Rutt, Mr. Ruthless, Wall Stadium winner this past weekend. Finishes runner-up here tonight. We appreciate you, Neil.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. That's the number 66 of Neil Rutt. We will move down here to our third-place finisher here tonight. Driver of this number 15 of Foster Smithies. I thought he maybe had an opportunity to go to victory lane. He joins us here now in the booth. Foster, do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Welcome into the booth. Congratulations on the P3 finish here tonight. You had everything lined up there with about 10 laps to go. A teammate to your outside, front row here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Kind of walk us through the final 10 laps there and where things went wrong for this 15.
Yeah, I was on the inside. Usually in officials, the inside's usually where you want to be towards the end of the race because the outside doesn't really form that many runs. But the side drafting tonight, it was just wild, like nothing I've never seen before. So the inside was not the play, and you and Kynan just kind of drove away, and Corey was kind of side drafting me, 3 to go. Not really understanding there because side draft me, we can't catch the top pack and we can't win the race. So, but I got by Corey on the white flag, 2 to go, something like that. And then they were too far out, couldn't get a run on them, so I kind of had to settle for 3rd.
It was a hell of a race, though, for this number 15 machine out of the Smithy Speed Shop. Just think anybody on top of this number 15 that you would like to thank, and we'll see you 2 weeks from now at Hickory.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my team, SS Throckmorton Racing. I'm the team owner. I kind of help them a lot. Just wanted to do a race with them. I know only Ace showed up, but it was still really fun. I got to thank my real-life sponsors, my mom, my dad first, KSRA Racing Engines, Dwayne Wade, Tyler Seeley, Double Vision Motorsports, FHS Oil, and just, everyone who helps out in this stuff.
We appreciate it. That's Foster Smithies. We'll hope to see you 2 weeks from now at Hickory. We appreciate you joining to hear us in the booth.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate it. That's the Foster Smithies machine. He'll bring home the final podium P3 spot here tonight. And we'll scoot on down here, the Triple Deuce, the Maverick, Chris Knighty. Been waiting to get this guy up here in the booth. The Maverick joins us now. Chris Knighty, welcome into the booth. You got a copy?
I do. How's it going?
What's going on, Chris? We have been waiting to get you up here in this booth, and it comes here tonight at the Street Stocks top 5 in this Triple Deuce machine, and I think you'll be proud when you watch back the broadcast. We had this called shot about 8 laps ago that you might get there with a chance to win it, and it was just like that. Kind of walk us through it.
Oh, it was exciting. I started in the back. I didn't quite qualify, run the heat series where I wanted to, but we was able to push up. I thought I was going to get caught up in that big wreck there. I got rear-ended on the slowdown of it, but fortunately I didn't have any damage or anything, and yeah, I was able to drive it up. I got doored a couple times on the front stretch. I thought that might be the end of it, but I was able to keep her all together and brought her all the way up to 4th.
It was a hell of a race from this Triple Deuce machine. The Maverick definitely had some speed in it here. Kind of walk us through anybody you'd like to think on this Triple Deuce machine. We'll see you 2 weeks from now at Hickory. Kind of just give some words about maybe what you think about Hickory.
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank the 8XI team for helping me get everything ready and set up for this. Everything ran real good. Still in the process of maybe looking for some sponsors. Old School Racing has sponsored some of my other races that I've done, so I've got them on here. I'd like to thank them for all they do. Hickory, we're just take one race at a time. Hopefully this kind of starts a trend here and we can see how it goes for the rest of the season.
It was a hell of a performance here tonight. You keep that up, you'll find yourself a street stock champion by the end of it. Congratulations on the P4 finish here tonight, Chris.
Thank you.
That's the Triple Deuce of Chris Knighty. He will finish in the 4th place spot here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll scoot down here to Ace Throckmorton. Even though he does not have his car out here, he is inside of the broadcast booth as Ace joins us up here. Ace, how's it going? You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
What's going on, Ace? It was one hell of a race. If you would speak a little louder for me, I think that'll be okay. But congratulations on this P7 machine. Like I told your teammate, Foster, I mean, you had it all planned out perfect. 10 laps to go. The front row belonged to you and your teammate. Just kind of walk us through where things went wrong there.
I was trying to work with him, but I kept getting put on the outside, so P2. So we really didn't get to work with each other with that. And then outside, I couldn't get a run on the outside, so I just fell back a whole bunch and couldn't gain the positions back up and just finished P7. I mean, I felt like we had a fast car in the heat race and in the actual race, so I think we should be good for the next one.
We appreciate it. We'll head to Hickory 2 weeks from now. Kind of walk us through what you expect at Hickory, and go ahead and thank all the sponsors, anybody you'd like to out of this 72 garage.
I think Hickory's going to be a lot of tire wear. I don't know how many laps it is. I don't know.
50.
I don't know if I'm going to run it, but planning on running South Boston with the street stocks and full time in the late model, part time in the wheeling tours. But I like to thank Smitty Speed Shop, W Plumbing, SS Dartmoor Racing Team, my mom, my dad, and the Lord above.
We appreciate it. That's Ace Throckmore, and we appreciate you, Ace, joining us here in the booth. We'll see you 2 weeks from now. Actually, we'll see you on Tuesday night at New Smyrna for the late models.
Yep, thank you.
Yes, sir. We appreciate it. That's Ace Throckmore, and he will be our final interview here tonight for the I-85 Asphalt Series Street Stock Division. I mean, the inaugural season opener couldn't have went any better than that. We'll pull up tonight's race recap presented to you by the Home Run Cafe. 30 laps completed. It was Kynan Jones going to victory lane representing the UK, the United Kingdom. The Americans will take the loss here tonight. 2 caution flags for 6 laps of the 30 with 3 separate lead changes. We also want to remind you, folks, make sure you grab your coat on the way out the door. 68 degrees now here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. 9 mile per hour winds blowing in from the northeast, but the partly cloudy conditions with rain in the area here in the next coming hour or so. Make sure you get yourself out into the car and don't hang out too long. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you Monday night right here on the Booty Scoot Racing Channel live for the Wheel and Modified Division at the New Smyrna Speedway in Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Street Stock Division here for the Shitbox Showdown. Kynan Jones takes the victory in Charlotte.